Michelangelo once said, "The greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it's too low and we reach it." Welcome to Life Talk with Jesse Meester. As an international actor, entrepreneur, and world traveler with millions of followers, Jesse seeks to speak and learn from the most insightful, successful people in the world, sharing love and life together. This is Life Talk, and this is your host, Jesse Meester.
Welcome to another episode of Life Talk. We have such a special guest today. I've been looking forward to this for a very, very long time. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Today we have the one and only Saxsquatch.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? He's saxing it up like he said. He was just recently on Jimmy Fallon. I personally saw him for the first time. I think it was on Reddit. I saw you on a live stream and I was like, I love it. I was hooked. I think it was 2 years ago. After that, I've been following you on social and we've been talking together ever since. And I was like, hey, we got to do a podcast together. So welcome. I'm very happy that you're here.
Great to be here, Jesse. I'm severely influenced by you. You live a beautiful life, and it's just great to be talking and sharing thoughts and ideas. I'm coming to you from a very undisclosed location.
I can
So I have
tell.
to keep my location secret, which is why I have this background, but it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Likewise. And I do have to say that I always see you in the forest. I like to think maybe that's also where you live.
Yeah.
Also just for storyline. And again, we're here also with Jennifer Tarazona, the co-host now for a couple weeks.
Thank you so much. And I'm very looking forward to meet our guest today. Very excited.
Have you heard of Saxsquatch?
Yeah, actually, you went viral like 2 years ago. That was, I think, the first time that I saw, and I was like, wow, this is really brilliant, because you came up with this beautiful character, and like I'm really like intrigued by it. Like, how did you came up with this character, and why Saxsquatch?
Yeah, so I was born a Sasquatch, but at some point in my life, and I think y'all can probably relate to this, where you're just living your life, right? You're living your life, and then all of a sudden, something happens, and you something that changes you. And for me, that was hearing the saxophone. I heard the sax, and from that moment on, I just knew I had to do that because it affected me so profoundly. And so Saxsquatch was born, I guess, around that time. I didn't start making videos until later.
Amazing. So it was kind of like a process for you. It wasn't just like, I'm just like Saxsquatch. It was a process. And when did this start? Like what age?
For me, I've always kind of been playing the sax. I didn't start making videos until about a few years ago. Yeah.
Until a few years ago. So you mentioned like you kind of like always had this feeling. Like what inspired you? Was there a movie you watched? Where did it really start for you? Like I kind of want to deep dive into before you went viral, before everything. You said you lived like this. Does that mean that you woke up in the morning and put on the suit or watch Bigfoot? Like where did it come from?
Yeah, so I come from a musical family, right? My grandfather, his name was Gigfoot, and he played guitar. Yeah, my sister played the flute. Her name was Big Flute.
Yeah.
And so we all kind of had some jams, And what we would do is we would run power out of this gentleman's house into the woods, and then we'd play it on the radio. And that's when I first heard the sax on the radio. And it was this primal sound that just immediately pierced like my spirit. And so that's what happened. From there, the rest is just what happened naturally.
And then you are also always in the woods. I see you in the forest. I see you beautiful places. You bring this setup, your instruments. Is it always close by, or are you traveling, like doing tours in different forests, or like how do we see that?
Yeah, I love to travel. I love to go to beautiful locations and shoot videos. I mean, and having the sax is a medium to do that is just I love my life. I love being
Mhm.
able to do that. It's so awesome. Oh, you do that too. I see you in beautiful locations all the time. Your TikTok, your Instagram is so
Yeah,
inspiring.
I appreciate it.
How do you do it?
That's a good question. I honestly, this is going back when I was in my early 20s. I decided that I was in the military, just a short, brief background, and decided like, oh my God, this can be my life. Like as much as I loved it and as much as I thought it was important for who I am today, I decided that okay, I need to fulfill my creative passion, which was acting, which was building a business, which was helping people. So I started doing personal training. Then I realized there was so much more potential. Also started studying psychology at the same time, and then integrated with body mind psychology. It became like a coaching business. Started a coffee company, and at the same time, because I was outsourcing it at that point, I was able to travel for 8 years to 72 countries, which was a big part
Wow.
of I think out of everything that I did, that developed the character, that developed the spirit of being happy and truly fulfilling uh, my purpose, which is being a better human and helping as much people as I can all over the place. So that's kind of like as the thing. What I'm missing here is the musical instrument, but other than that, I think life itself is a musical instrument, and I'm just playing life, right? So that's kind of like how I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
Um,
that's beautiful.
yeah, man. So when I remember because I'm very like with digital marketing now. We have a digital marketing boutique agency where we work together on, and I saw you. I think it was like I said, like 2 years ago, and I was really touched by you. I was touched by your creative spirit. I resonated with it. You resonated with me. So we there's a match between us, right? So I'm so glad that you mentioned that because for me it was like, okay, here is this like just completely like Bigfoot looking guy just doing his
Yeah,
thing, vibing, saxing it up like you say, and he is monetizing it with such a big audience and growing and growing and growing just by being himself. And you lift people's day up, like you're making so much
so
impact.
much. That's
And
so
that
kind.
yeah, and
In
that to me is
America,
like mhm,
yeah, in the United States, I, a surprising amount of people believe in Bigfoot.
yeah,
Like 20% of the United States believes in Bigfoot.
Wow.
So interesting enough, there's kind of a market already for Bigfoot and then the saxophone. Who doesn't really like sax, you know?
yeah,
And I've been getting hired to do these like Bigfoot festivals and stuff like that. It's crazy. These cities shut down and everyone just celebrates Sasquatch. And I'm usually the musical guest. It's freaking awesome. It's pretty funny, actually. That's my
Amazing.
life
Yeah.
today
I
because it's a
think that
dream
is
come
awesome.
true.
Yeah. But like I see you and I see a great musician. Like you should have take you long years to be, to have all this knowledge. And my question for you is, what is the purpose of Saxsquatch? The ultimate purpose of it?
I think the ultimate purpose is to give people what I was given when I heard the saxophone. I want to be the face of the saxophone so that I can give back what was given to me. When I heard it, it changed my life. I just want other people to have that. I feel like I'm not really even creating much. I'm just the messenger of something that I've already received, you know? And I feel like I'm able to do that as Saxsquatch. And the response has been crazy. You know, I just got off a 2-month tour. The fans were insane. I got to go to all these places and play on these huge sound systems. You know, I produce electronic music and I create these kind of surreal shows. My goal there is to change people's perspective, really. You know, you go to a show, you want to escape for a while, you want a different perspective. You want to come out of that show feeling like I have a fresh view on life, you know. So that's what I want to give people at the shows and just in general, just inspire people. Thanks for your question. It's a really
I
good
love that.
question.
Answer.
You mentioned concerts. You also
Yeah.
mentioned to me that the suit gets really hot. How do you do that?
Well, I'm naturally just I'm hot because of all the fur. So I have a lot of fans, like high-powered fans on stage, and I I manage it pretty well. I manage it pretty well overall. Right now, I don't have any fans like blowing on me,
Well,
but
you have two, one here in Spain. I hope that helps.
Keep you hydrated.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you guys for that. I'm feeling it.
I
Right.
see that you do. You wanna?
Yeah, I was wondering, like, do you um want to like at some point like kind of like let people know who you are, or is this kind of like how you want to keep it a secret?
Yeah, no, I just want to be Saxsquatch, and that's it.
I love that.
That's it. Yeah, because I don't know how to say this, but the message I'm trying to carry isn't really a message of like personal gain, but more a message of uh, um trolling almost, you know? I always wanted to be a troll, you know? Saxsquatch is, you know, I interrupt the party, you know?
Yeah.
I come in and Saxsquatch comes in and like for a while nothing else matters because it's Saxsquatch and that's all I want to be.
I love that. When did you realize that Saxsquatch changed it for you? Like you could live off Saxsquatch. You were able to monetize of it. You were when did it happen?
Yeah, well, I've always been pretty self-sufficient
Uh-huh.
in my own life. So Saxsquatch was something that, you know, when I adapted the name formally on the internet, started putting out videos. Really, I just wanted to, like I said, carry the message of the sax. But when it took off, I mean, it felt amazing. You know, we all love that feeling we get when you go viral or when people start connecting to what you're doing. It feels so good. You're like, man, like I feel very validated. You know, my whole life as a Sasquatch, people never really believed in me. A lot of people, anyways. And for people to believe in me now, it's it's I wish it was there the whole time, you know? I'm almost frustrated that it wasn't there before. Because I'm like, man, this is so great. This is what I've been missing out on. You know, I unfortunately I want to be, you know, famous. I want that. I want to be the face of the saxophone, you know? So it does feel really good when I get that validation from people. But also when they like my music, you know, because it's like you pour your heart and soul into this music and people like it. You're like, oh, they like me. People
You are
finally
actually
believe in me.
talented.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I've been playing for a long time. So
So, do you actually do this full time, or do you have like a job sideways? That's Sasquatch. You do this all the time, just playing saxo.
yeah, this is what I do. this is just what I do. I just try to live my best life, and I have a great excuse to travel and make music and connect with people. It's it's pretty awesome right now. I'm super grateful for my fans, and I want to keep giving them good stuff. It's always the next thing, like what song, what vibes am I giving out right now? Do you experience that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like so we we have a like supermarket even here, right? So like Marbella and the area here is a very concentrated area. Like with people from abroad, they all kind of like live here to close to the beach. So a lot of times we get recognized, and it's like very interesting to have those interactions. So I'm sure like when because you go a lot of live and on different platforms, so I can only imagine that that is like magnified to the degree that so many people can now watch you and enjoy your music and your character and who you are and what you're conveying. And I think that is truly inspiring because the world needs more of that. The world needs more of creative people that dare to be different, that dare to be themselves, and a Saxsquatch in this case. And I think that you stick to it, whereas other people, this is not working. I'm not monetizing it right away. So, but no, this was you, and you
Thank you.
consistent with that. So that's why I think it's so inspiring, and that's why I want to have this conversation. Because it touched
Thank
me,
you.
and I watched your streams and I enjoyed that. And I even sometimes play your streams while I'm doing something else, just listening to your music, my
Sweet.
friend.
That's
And
that's
yeah,
flattering. I'm super flattered. I'm inspired by your content, Jesse. Very inspired. You're killing. I mean, the places, everything is just so inspiring and attractive. And I have to say, when I started putting out videos,
mhm,
it took a while to take off.
mhm,
For like 6 months, I was putting out videos and videos and videos, and it wasn't doing anything at all.
mhm.
And I got discouraged. I did. I stopped for a few months. But after a few months, I was like, listen, I just want this to be a thing. That's what I want.
Mhm.
That's what's gonna make me happy. And I have to try. I have to try, or else I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna die happy if I don't try. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So put out more, put out more. I'm just like shooting in the dark. If I die and Saxsquatch fails, at least I tried. And if Saxsquatch were to never get a single view, so basically if I died and I wasn't, if it never took off, at least I would try it. I would be happy. Do you feel that way about what you do?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that was I think also takes a lot of courage and a specific character to do that. And that's why we talk a lot about, unique entrepreneurs, individuals, or people that kind of like have an interesting life because of they made a decision even though it was scary, uncommon, out of the comfort zone, maybe not rewarding. And that's what we all want right away. We want quick rewards. We want
Yeah,
money right away.
absolutely.
People can't look at the long term anymore. So that's why we need to have these conversations and whatever role it is that you have.
Yeah,
Uh, so yeah,
you're
man, I hear
inspiring
what
me
you're saying.
so much
Absolutely.
by what you're saying. You're just flooding my mind with all these good ideas. Like you're so right. If if I wasn't if I wasn't ready to fail, then um then there's no way it would be genuine.
Yeah.
Like the genuine things have been the things that end up seeming like I have courage behind it.
Mhm.
Let me see if I could rephrase it. So if I were to, be walking down the street or in the forest and I heard a saxophone and I knew that I wasn't playing sax and I wasn't doing my stuff, it would kill me inside to hear it and know that I wasn't doing it. And I think that's genuine. So if I'm putting out stuff that's genuine to me, that I truly believe in, I feel like people connect with that. People connect with like the realness of what I love. I think that's what people connect with you too. Like you're loving what you do. You gotta do it. And people are like, yes, I see the honest, genuine truth in what you're doing, and it's real.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I also to elaborate on that. I think that becoming more successful and doing more of what you're good at, there's always people like trying to bring you down more and more and more. And
Mm,
I think that's something that I want to ask you too. For me personally, it was a growing process to understand that with becoming bigger in every area or field of your life, you're going to have more wind. You're going to catch a lot more wind. And you have to develop a stronger character and to also understand why there is haters and why there is not a mindset like you just described. Hey, I look at you and what you're doing, and that's inspiring. I want to have a conversation with you. I want to learn from you. But a big majority, majority of the people is still envious or like, look at this fool, this asshole jazz. Like, look at him like showing off, whatever, right?
yeah.
So I want to also ask you, like, how do you deal with um, haters or people that are trying to put you off track?
Yeah, people that don't believe in me. Yeah, well, y'all can probably relate to this, but I can't control other people. And if someone's gonna hate on what I'm doing, then it's completely obvious to me and to everyone else that they are 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 being dumb. They're being dumb. If you're gonna hate on Saxsquatch, you look stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But you can't hate on anyone and look good. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. No
Yeah,
one's
and
ever hating on
yeah.
someone really and looking good at the same
I
time.
mean, it's beautiful to look at you. You're inspiring, and you. The most beautiful
Thank
part
you.
is that you took your passion for Sasquatch because you love it genuinely. You love the sax. You love to play it, and that happened to monetize, to be monetized, and to becoming your, you're marketing it. And I think that it's inspiring. You are an entrepreneur, and this is your business, and I think that's genius.
Thanks, Fool. It's really the people who are doing it for me. I feel really lucky. You guys feel lucky in what you do? You feel like it's just you kind of just got lucky, you know?
I think it's
Well, I don't
both.
believe. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
believe in luck, though. I
yeah,
don't. I'm gonna be honest here. I don't
both.
believe in luck, and I'll tell you why. I believe it's talent that you have. I believe it's a certain character. You display a certain confidence in what you do. All right. You said like, whether when I was not known, nobody cared. I kept going eventually. You know what I mean? So that's not luck. That's
Yes.
that's pursuing your who you are and your character. So I
Yeah,
don't
true.
believe in that. I just believe that naturally you get recognized for the work you've been doing at some point.
I
But
yeah,
you have
I
to be
would agree
patient.
with you.
So
I would
yeah.
agree with you that it's not exactly maybe luck is the wrong word, but I've done some work. You guys have done work, but then whatever happens after, I feel like I can't take credit for that. That's God, that's
Oh,
whatever you
100%.
want to call it working,
Yeah,
you
maybe
know?
that, yeah, that is 100%. Like, all
Grateful.
credit to God.
Being grateful.
Putting that, like in your life, 100%. Um, we are both Christian, so all
Cool.
we don't take any credit in that regard, 100%. I just don't believe personally in luck. Um, and you explain already why. Because if you
Yeah.
would have quit it, you would have not pursued, we would not be sitting here having this conversation, which would be really sad because a lot of people would miss out on somebody that is entertaining and joyful and helping people through COVID or through all those sad times. And You
Thank
know,
you.
even you're here in this household, being played sometimes. So
I
yeah.
have a personal question here.
Sure.
Do Saxsquatch has a partner?
No, I'm single.
Oh!
Single, yeah.
Everybody out there, listen
I
to
really
this.
am. So, all the female squatches out there, hit me up.
Beautiful. I love it. So because we know your suit is very hot and we have a limited time here because of that, we would like to ask, and also for the people that are listening, is there anything that and also for the female squatches, sex squatches out there that are listening, could you play something for us?
Could I play something? Let's see, I might have to set up some mic stuff, but let me do that and I'll be right back.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Wow, we were so lucky to listen to the ultimate Saxsquatch. Thank you for that.
Thanks so much.
And I have a question for you for the future. Like, can you tell us what is coming for Saxsquatch?
What's next?
What's next? Yeah.
Well, right now, I just got off a 2-month tour, so I'm making content. I just got a drone, and I'm looking to go to beautiful locations and shoot drone videos and do like live streams with a drone. I already did one up in Long Island. It went super well. So I'm trying to travel all over the world essentially and just play my music in beautiful locations.
Oh my man, we have to work together for 2023 then.
Yeah, I'm down.
Absolutely.
2023, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, like and not just here in Spain. I mean, we can start here, of course, but like, be in beautiful locations,
Europe
play the
tour.
sax. Man,
Yeah. What I've seen on your TikTok, like that's what I want. I want like gorgeous views, big long depth views, and then like just making content, just
love
trying
that,
to
man.
reach people and yeah, give people the good stuff.
Shout out to Alex for because I have a team that does that for me that does my like social. So shout
Oh
out
yeah, I
Alex,
saw
thank you
that.
so much. Sex appreciates it. Yeah, man. No, but that's something that we could 100% do, and I think it's something that hasn't been done before. That's what makes it so beautiful. They get me excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. We had any more questions before? Let me see. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Saxsquatch is single. So that I do want to emphasize that because we talk a lot about love too in this podcast, as you probably know. We have a weekly love
Relationship.
podcast episode, relationship
Yeah.
episode. So I think that's very interesting. Is that
Yeah.
would you say it's hard to date in your
It's
area?
super hard to date.
Yeah,
We're a rare breed in general,
yeah,
and so also I'm really busy and I've dated before, and I take my career very seriously.
yeah.
And what I've run into as a struggle is trying to find someone who, can travel with me, can be about what I'm about also. Everyone today, it seems like, we care about ourselves. It's like, oh, I want this to be for me. Like Saxsquatch is your dream, it's not mine. And that was tough for me to hear. I really want someone who can believe in what I'm doing. And I would love to believe in what they're doing too. I want to reciprocate that.
That's beautiful.
Mm.
That's beautiful. Um, wow. What are
Yeah,
you looking for aside from what you just mentioned in a partner? Aside from the belief in each other's path.
yeah. Well, I like the bad squatches. Unfortunately, I like them a little bit crazy, a little bit wild. ones that are a little bad, you know? So it's hard to find bad and also find stability at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
I want her to be wild, but I also want her to be tame, you know? It's complicated.
Oh man, tell me about it. Yeah, it's very complicated.
Yeah, what's next for you guys?
Well, we just moved here, and so we're
Congrats.
settling in. We just got almost done, practically everything organized, furniture. So yeah, this is, I think, now the time where, for the first time we're, I think, done with plans almost. We're done with furniture. Because for the past 6 months, like, you have to understand, you are in a new country for both of us, new environment. Um, I don't speak Spanish as well yet, but thankfully, like I said, here it's a lot of area with expats and people from abroad, so you don't really have to speak Spanish. But yeah, it's just a new process, a new area for both of us, and now we want to like get some land, like, and do like a retreat thing on there for the near future. So I think that this is going to be our ground. However, we will always continue to travel and,
Visiting Amsterdam,
absolutely.
my country, Colombia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what we will continue to do. And yeah, there's exciting things coming. And at the same time, we want to help other people find their dream home in this area, which is going to
Cool.
happen.
You're
Actually,
gonna have me up.
yeah. So if you
You're gonna have
ever
me
need a dream home or you need a place, why do we do this? Because we've noticed the struggle of finding an actual good place in Spain ourselves. You need to have a lawyer. You need to go through so many processes. So we were like, hey, this is an opportunity for us to help people that want to leave or and want to get a visa, whatever. Find all the right people at once, get the right support, get the right after support, like everything at once. And that's kind of like where we see the opportunity to help people now. So we're doing that now first for our friends and people close to us, but that will probably be in the near future expanding.
business,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome. I love that you guys are giving back, what was given to you. You learned something and now you want to help people. That's beautiful and seems really genuine to me.
100%.
So
I always,
good
even when I
up.
was living in the US, I always was living by the rule: give back more than you gain. And a lot of times, like, people were making fun of me, like, "Oh, look at him speaking in nursery homes and going to do tours to give back." And like, and it was heartbreaking, but at the same time, I knew that what I was doing was because I had a bigger purpose, which was to, for the nursery homes, work on kind of like creating awareness for loneliness, because I saw my grandma in a nursery home and she was lonely, and it broke me so much that I felt that I had the responsibility to do something about that. Then the veterans, lots of respect for veterans, as I am myself. And I think back in that time when I was in the US, Michael Hurricane happened. So, like, I'm not a US citizen. You can ask yourself, why is he out there, to create funds to help the community there? But nobody else was doing it. I mean, there were few people that were doing it, but it was so much more opportunity to do that. So that's why I always think that, like you said, it's really important to give back more than you gain, and then your blessings will become bigger and bigger. That's something that I've noticed as well.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, Jesse, Jennifer, thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm super grateful and I had a wonderful time.
Absolutely, man. We look forward to seeing you here in Spain, and also other destinations. Got to do a lot more together.
Always welcome here. And
absolutely.
It was a total pleasure to listen to you and to have that concert live. So thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Let us know when your next stream is. Oh, by the way, before we forget, where can people find you on social?
Saxsquatch, SAX Squatch.com. You'll see me.
Amazing.
See me.
Can't miss. All right, man. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Life Talk with Jesse Meester. Thanks for listening to the show. We hope you've gotten some useful and practical information. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. And if you want to be the next guest, Please apply by filling in the contact form on jessemeester.com or DM Meester Store on Instagram. Till next time, keep sharing love and life.